if you're here and you've seen this shit before, I'm RB3. That's Wolf Cross. This is the Rise Up Gaming Podcast, where we talk about things and stuff. And as of late, our filter has been gone. So,
Pretty
welcome
much.
to an average person's opinion on stupid shit that happens in the world.
Starting.
Ah, so there's a lot of dumb shit going on right now, man.
Oh yeah.
Whole
Uh
lot of dumb shit.
I feel weird.
Gaming, entertainment.
It's just it's kind of hard to maneuver through the minutia right now. I'll tell you that much. Oh man. Gamer can't just be a gamer.
Celebrities.
Celebrities.
Yeah, gaming is no longer an escape from the bullshit reality we all live in.
Yeah, no. I I was looking forward to the Dragon Age, the Veilguard, whatever. Um, man, so Dragon Age, Origins. God, I love that game, right? And I got hooked. It was dark as hell. And
Yeah.
Dragon Age 2, I kind of skipped it because I didn't realize it came out, honestly. But then
Okay.
Dragon Age Inquisition came out. I loved it. And so, and I consider myself more open minded than most. But then, what the hell is this? What the hell are we dealing with? What is Belgard? Holy crap! Just from Twitter
Um,
alone, I really wanted to give it a shot. But I'm more of a, I guess I can consider myself a more balanced guy where I like to have everything for everybody, and I like to keep it fair. And I love the freedom of being able to play how you want, not being forced to eat this shit and get lectured about pronouns. And if you screw up, you got to do push-ups apparently, and you can't apologize because then you'll make it about
wait, that's
yourself.
that's a th
That happened.
that's a thing?
Apparently, I have to do push-ups, yes, to apologize to.
'Cause okay, so I wanna preface like this. I apologize for my voice. I have the flu.
Mm,
We're working on it. Um, I've never played a Dragon Age game. Crucify me now. Um,
mm,
that being said, everything I've seen online, the point I wanted to touch on with this, and I'm not even gonna get into, like, the fine detail of it,
mm.
it's the reviews which are weird,
Oh
because
god.
I've seen stuff from people where people talk about, like, watching reviewers who
Mm,
have done game like, that's the purpose of their content is they review games,
yeah.
and it's, like, trusted people in the space,
Mm.
and they're saying that people who they've trusted for dozens of games, they absolutely love it, or it's one of the worst things they've experienced.
Yeah.
There's no middle ground, it's either 100% for or they hate it. And
Mhm.
that's why, like, this whole review thing with this game is weird.
Yeah. Uh, I mean that's a hard one to dissect because like I feel like um you know can you really trust it? Can you really trust them? I don't know if you heard or I saw that like Wolf Hart, um, one of the guys who does reviews and he's a big what's his name? Extra Life.
Yeah.
They got invited over to preview the game, and then they were allowed to make a video. And it sounds like those who made positive videos got a code to review the game, early copy, and those that had critiques, even what it sounds like minor critiques, they didn't get a code. So I mean, best way to describe it
So,
is they're trying to manipulate the scores so that
if I were to put
people
2 and 2 together,
it's
from what it sounds like,
suspicious, yeah.
is the people that played ball and basically slobbed BioWare's knob a little bit, they got rewarded, right?
Well, we can't.
That's exactly what it sounds like. It sounds
It
like if
sounds like
you
it.
rode
It
the gravy
looks
train, you
like
got
it.
rewarded,
Yes.
and if you criticized it at all, it could be the most minute thing,
Mm,
BioWare said, "Fuck off."
pretty much.
So, to me, that's very disingenuous.
It is, but I mean, nobody wants to be negative. Everyone wants to give them the benefit of the doubt. But I mean,
I hate being negative anymore.
if it smells like a
I wanna be
horse,
positive. I wanna be like, I don't like being negative, and this is something I've really had to work on because
yeah,
I wanna be excited for games coming out. But
yeah,
as a gamer in the modern day, over the past 5 plus years, we've gotten burned so many times
mhm,
that it's nigh impossible to not be negative in some way about almost every title coming out, with very few exceptions.
mhm.
I was the one who was called an asshole because I said Space Marine 2 is gonna be one of the best games ever, and guess what? It's one of the best games ever. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Still
if
is.
you wanna talk about, like, uh, the just in this past, what, 2 months, the trend has been, um, if there is no DEI, if there's no, quote, unquote, "woke stuff," the game is they
Oh,
do
he said the word.
they do good, though. They sell well, very well, some, cases, and when you just when your whole game is just about, like, who the person likes to sleep with, not actually, like, just, like, their sexual preferences or
But
whatever,
if so
like Dustborn, like Conquered,
I
all their characters are basically just their
we played Concord.
yeah, yeah, we played
I
Conquered,
don't know what I don't know what Dustborn was. What was that?
we are the newborn, we make the new porn, we something, something, baby born. I'm not even kidding,
What?
they had, like, or I don't know what the hell they were trying to say,
What are
but
you saying? What are you
that's how
saying
the
to me right now?
that's how the game started, and I thought it was hilarious.
These words?
But yeah,
Yeah, but like you and I, we played the Concord beta, and legitimately, I had mechanically it was fun.
it was.
It felt like a hero shooter. It did.
Yeah,
Like
I like
graph
the
it
I
was
like
pretty good graphically, mechanically it was cool.
mhm. Yeah,
Didn't
I
do
had my
anything
character.
to differentiate itself. Yeah, it didn't do anything to differentiate itself. And then you throw in the fact that there was like they were putting pronouns on the characters, which
Yeah.
like it's neither here nor there for me. I don't care.
Mhm.
Like I'm picking a character by how cool they look and what their abilities do.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
And I just
I mean,
I
granted, those it was
I
hard to
don't know.
pick a character, honestly. I'm a big sucker for characters. Like, a lot of this I I think
Yeah.
for me, they have to be visually appealing. Uh,
Yeah.
that's why I started playing Overwatch. I mean, but, like, at the same time, Concord, besides the character designs being really ugly, besides, like, maybe 1 or 2,
Reinhardt.
that I decided I was like, "You know what? That looks pretty badass." Um, if you think
I
about
miss
it, that
Overwatch.
they're
Honest
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Around that time of Concord, it was we got Frag Punk, we had Marvel
Oh,
Rivals.
that game's so
Marvel
good.
Rivals was
Both
that
of those games are
yeah.
so good.
That's I mean,
Those
look,
2 came out of nowhere, and I
mhm.
don't play betas a lot. Because I'm like, I'm gonna play it,
Yeah.
and then all my, like, progression is gonna go away, so I'm not gonna
Mhm.
put a ton of time into it. Dude, I played the shit out of both of those betas. They were
Yeah,
so good.
fuck yeah.
Those games were awesome.
They're really good, and, you you get 3 choices, right? Marvel Rivals, Frog Punk, or play Concord. Like,
Ugh.
and the big difference there too, 2 of those were free to play, and the other one was $40.
Yeah.
What did you expect? What did hell did
Yeah,
you
that is a
expect?
big factor. You bring out a hero shooter
Mhm.
in a space where most hero shooters have been free. Paladins. I myself, I love Paladins. I will go to bat for the game Paladins
Mm.
because it's fun as shit. I love Paladins, but like Paladins, Overwatch,
Yeah.
even though they took away our PvE mode, which they scrapped, and
Right.
yeah. Um,
Well, Overwatch
but
1's coming back out. That's a joke.
what?
Overwatch
Oh,
1. You know what I meant.
oh, are they making it? Are they making it 6v6 again?
6v6
Is
again,
that the
yeah.
rumor?
Oh, it's not
Okay,
rumored.
maybe I'll go back now.
It's confirmed. No,
Maybe I'll go back now.
I jumped the ship. I'm gonna hop on to, Rivals for sure.
I like Rivals is fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but that was, it, was, yesterday? That got announced too that Because there was rumors Conquered coming back, free to play.
Yeah, they were gonna try to re-release.
Yeah, and confirmed yesterday that Firewalk Studios shut down.
They're not even gonna let it go free.
Not even gonna
So Sony closed the studio.
shut down completely, laid off
Uh,
everybody. Done. It's over. That's what
I
happens.
can't say that I am surprised.
Mhm.
That's what happens when when you put too much real life shit in a game. Like people want escapism. They don't want real life shit.
Mhm.
If they want real life shit, they play a simulator. And when you have things like the dev did what the Battlefield dev did back in the day, where he's like, "Well, if you don't like it, don't buy it."
The
Nobody
famous
bought it.
old last words before
Yeah,
you
if you
walk the
don't like it,
plank.
don't buy it. Okay. Yeah, like they didn't like it, they didn't buy it.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Like I keep seeing that pop up too. It's like, don't if you don't like it, don't buy it, and then they don't buy it, and
My
then
bad.
they act all surprised, like no one's buying
Yeah.
it. It flopped. I was like, I mean, you know why? You told us not
Here's
to.
my shocked face. Yeah.
Oh man,
It's just dumb. It's so dumb.
yeah, it is. It is. It's just see, well, my thing too is just like it's because they're forcing all this um like ideologies, I guess, onto the gamers, and they're they're really trying to force you uh to play what they want to play, and my issue with that is just that they don't just add to it, they take away. That's my gripe. They take away the stuff that we liked, like, sorry to bring it back up again, but like Dragon Age, the Velguard, right? Have you seen the character creation? Um,
No.
in my honest opinion, I think it's really good.
Dra Dra
My only
so
gripe,
before we start this, Dragon Age is a fantasy game, correct?
yes,
Similar to, like, D&D, like, that kind of nature,
yes,
right?
hmm
Okay. Wanted to cover my base there.
right. So in the character creation, right, you can do it's really like a lot of hairstyles, a lot of stuff.
Humans, elves, dwarves,
Yeah,
orcs,
exactly.
yada,
It's
yada,
pretty it's
yada.
pretty good, right? But here's my only gripe with it, right? You can add whatever the hell you want. Like
Okay.
even top surgery, which a lot of people are not okay with it. I'm just like, fine, whatever. All right, do it, whatever. All right, but don't take away. Don't take away. Right? Because you can't make female characters like females. The slider all the way up on the ass and boobs. The slider all the way up on those two. It's flat as this pen. It is as flat as this pen. Not even kidding. It is
So
ridiculously flat.
you're not even going to bat for, like, anime proportions. You're just saying, like,
Normal
normal
proportion.
curvature.
Yes. Yes.
That's weird.
It's ridiculous.
I don't even know the series, and that's just
I
odd.
wish I could pull it up. Like after all editing, I'll put it up as the sliders all the way up, and then I could show you that it is ridiculously like this. There's nothing there. There is nothing there, and so I don't know if
But
it.
in a universe in a world where, like, there's magic and
Mhm.
sorcery and
Yes.
why? I don't
Well, it's just
you should be able to you should be able to do whatever you want within reason. You shouldn't be having, like, 1-ton anime titties. Like,
exactly. That's not what people. They're not asking. Like, let's blow it out of proportion.
yeah, that's odd.
They
That's
just
kinda
want
odd.
normal. They just want to make themselves right. Like even on Twitter, I know there's a couple like girls um on Twitter who were just like, I can't even make myself. I can't even make myself, and they would literally just post a picture, and it's just like my skinny butt. I can't even make my skinny butt on here. That's how like very minimal. Even with the slider all the
Wow.
way up, that's how minimal it was. I'm like, and that's what I mean. It just add it, fine, add whatever the hell you want, but don't take away. Um, it's funny though, because I was just running. I need to get off of X or Twitter there, but I saw this tweet that said, they told all the like the gay kids and stuff to to like make your own games when you grow up or something like that, right? And,
Yeah.
and the funny thing about that is, like, the person was like, "Well, we did grow up and we are making games." I was like, "Yeah, you're not making your own games. You're basically just going into the media of the stuff that's already established and changing something, uh, for you guys and the established people that were there already that, the Star Wars, the all the Marvel stuff. They're just alienating the original fans. They're not gaining anybody new, and this is why I keep saying it is not that it's not that they're adding, it's that they're taking away. It's because honestly, like even in okay, Inquisition, right? Inquisition, there's actually a trans character. There's a trans character, and the guy is like, she's it's a she, and the guy's like, no, it's a he, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, like, I respect that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know me, I live in California. I'm like very open to everything, and
Yeah.
but don't take away. That's my main thing. Add it. Who cares? We're very welcoming here. Add it. But you're just alienating everybody who grew up with all. You're taking away everybody's what they grew up with, all their childhood. Like I used to watch. I grew up the original trilogy of Star Wars, and just to watch what they did to to Luke. They
You had to keep talking about Star
I
Wars.
know. I'm sorry, but it just I hold that personally because that's what happened. They took away instead of just adding, and that's what I feel like they
Yeah,
did with Dragon Age
well,
as well. They're just taking away
not only did
instead of
they
just
take
adding.
away, they took away to prop up their new characters, which it didn't even work. I know we're going on a Star Wars tangent right now, but he said it's like Beetlejuice. He said Star Wars 3 times, so now we have to talk about it.
Shit. Oops.
Um, nah, dude, you completely character assassinate Luke Skywalker and you
Yeah.
ruin him. He
Mhm.
has a bad dream and he wants to kill his nephew. And then you completely butcher the redemption arc and the character of Han Solo and you turn him into a derelict dad who then gets killed off.
Yes.
Like it's just it's not it's unforgivable. Like it's just stupid. And not only that, you had really good setup for your new characters, which you also fucking ruined. And yes,
Yeah.
I'm swearing because you guys are bad. Like whoever did that shit shouldn't work in that field anymore. Just really bad.
Yeah. Well, they did it.
And that and
They
that
kept doing
that
it.
whole shit. They just keep doing it. Look at their shows. The Acolyte did so well, didn't it? Right? How about the Rings of Power season 1? That did real well, didn't it?
Oh no, Lord of the
Right?
Rings.
Like I'm tired. I'm tired of escapism and things that people have been fans of since they were kids being ruined by people who would they're the people that would make fun of people like me for enjoying that when I was a kid.
I
And
grew
you go into it because you don't have the talent to make something on your own, so then you have to infiltrate something that's already pre-established, and then you have to do the look at me shit and shoehorn your own bullshit into it. And it doesn't work, normal people don't like it, and it's shitty. And then when people don't like it, you throw insults and you fucking attack the fans.
That's the crazy
It's dumb.
that's the crazy part to me that I don't understand. Instead of like, because I'll listen to criticism. I'll listen to criticism and reflect on it. But this guy just why the hell instead of taking the criticism and actually like, all right, this is what they said. Is that actually happening? No, it's always like a cop out argument. It's just the bigot, the homophobe, and the stuff.
Ismphobe.
Ismphobe. Yeah,
That
I was like,
that's the go-to.
have you
Ismphobe.
have you ever just thought that your show sucks? How about that one? Have you ever just considered that there's a possibility?
Well, if you don't like that character, then it's either because of their race or their gender, and it's your problem. It's not the fact that the character was poorly written.
Yeah, like
It's not the fact that their acting reminds you of a fucking flat piece of Play-Doh with no emotion.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like a lot of my favorite characters, they're gay. Um,
Yeah.
a lot of my favorite characters they're from flamboyant and shit. Like, you ever seen the Fifth Element?
Yeah.
Where what's his name? The actor, uh,
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker comes out, right? He's like,
Is that who
you
you're going
know,
with? Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I love that shit. That shit was
Yeah.
fucking hilarious, and and then there's other. I mean, I watched plenty of movies, where like the main character was gay, and I rooted for him, and I didn't give a shit, because
Yeah, but the movie was good.
yeah, it felt real. It wasn't the actual like focus of it, or if it was, it was just part of like a bigger story, and you know.
Here's the way I can put it to you.
All right, make sense of it because
It's
I
the
can't.
same for me. Okay, so if the movie's good,
Mhm.
I like the movie. I have a tendency to like really bad movies. So like I love like Tropic Thunder
Yeah.
and Dodgeball,
Mhm.
movies like that. But I'm also a giant fan of like Phantom of the Opera, things like that. Now, prime example. So, 2 movies that have no kind of ideological shit in them are The Devil Inside and The Gallows,
Mm.
okay? Went into both of those because the trailers look good. They are 2 of the worst fucking films I have ever had the displeasure of sitting in a theater to watch.
Uh-huh.
Horrible. And I'm gonna add Chernobyl Diaries into that. Fuck that movie too. It has nothing to do with any of this, like, ideological stuff. They're just bad movies. And you don't see anybody arguing about how bad of a person I am because I think they're shitty movies.
Mhm.
There's probably people that hate the movies that I love, and that's okay. But you know what I mean?
Mhm.
If it's bad, it's just bad. It's not because of XYZ, it's just poorly written, poorly produced, poorly
Mhm.
acted. And in the modern day, if something is poorly written, poorly produced, and poorly acted, but it also happens to have a female lead or a gay character or
Mhm.
something of that nature, oh my god. You better not dislike it. Has nothing to do with the fact that it was poorly written, poorly acted, and poorly produced.
Yeah.
So,
You know who's really good at, the Alien series? You know why? Because they're really good at making, movies with female leads. I don't even know how else to put this, but have you noticed that all their movies are female lead? Even the new one,
yeah.
Romulus.
Yeah.
Romulus,
Yeah.
it was good. And you know what happened? Nobody was like, "Oh no, female lead." Nobody. You know why? Because it was a good
It
movie.
was just a good film.
Fucking, if this was a mic, that'd be a mic drop.
Just to pull your mic off your desk and throw it.
Right.
No, even, like, you know me, my favorite horror game,
Mm.
my favorite horror series is the Outlast series. I adore the Outlast series, which we can touch on this a little bit at the end
Oh.
because there's some news that dropped today pertaining to Outlast. Um, I played Alien Isolation on a whim.
Mm.
Alien Isolation tied Outlast for me as my favorite horror game.
God.
Alien Isolation is you play as Amanda Ripley, so you play as, Eleanor Ripley's daughter.
Mhm.
It's so good. Like, it's a great game,
Yeah.
and it's just I don't know, dude. It feels like I'm going crazy half the time because a lot of the stuff that's said is just it's, like, redundant and it's dumb.
It was 'cause
Like, if s it
they're
if
avoiding it.
enter do you think that's it? Do you think they're it's, like, people are trying so hard to, like, push something that they ignore everything else?
Well, no, see, the thing is I fine, push whatever you need to push, right? But the I feel like they don't wanna have a conversation, right? They don't wanna hear it, like, they wanna
There
it's a
no, there is it's like an echo chamber thing. Like,
yeah.
you can have a message in, like, a piece of entertainment,
Mhm.
music, game, film, whatever, but if you ham fist it, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh." Like, there's no I think this goes back to what I said.
Yeah.
The people that have invaded all of these spaces that had, like, beloved fandoms,
Mhm.
they don't have talent, therefore they can't nuance anything, and without nuance, everything feels forced. absolutely everything.
Yeah, you gotta hit the audience with like yeah, you gotta make them think what you want to think without them realizing it. I don't know if that makes sense.
I mean, we can
Subliminal
talk
messages.
we can talk about a film that kind of did that, but kind of didn't, if you'd like.
Oh no, what you got?
The Joker,
Ah, sure.
not the sequel, the first one.
Okay, the first one.
Because in the first Joker, you're introduced to Arthur.
Uh huh.
Clearly has a lot of issues, but
Mm,
you also empathize with him because he's constantly beaten down by society and he's taken advantage of by everybody in his life.
yeah.
And he has dreams and aspirations. Some of them are a little insane, which if you watch the film, you know what's happening, so you
Hmm.
can kind of get the gist. But it doesn't stop the fact that you empathize with the dude because he has the dreams and aspirations of wanting to do this stuff.
Yeah.
And he finally gets pushed to the brink of where he meets a guy he idolizes, and the infamous scene where it's
Yes.
you get what you fucking deserve, and
Hmm.
he blows him away, and it starts a riot and all this other shit. Everybody's like, okay, that's a bad thing to do. Flip side of that, you
But
can still empathize with Arthur because he got pushed to that point,
yep.
even though it's psychotic. And apparently, the people that made the film didn't like that so many people empathized with Arthur, because then we got
Cue the
whatever
Joker
the
too.
shit Joker folly you do was.
Oh god, I didn't want to talk about it, but oh man,
Oh no, we're we're
the
we're we're fisting this one. I
the,
don't care.
the musical, but
I can excuse the fact that the Harley Quinn character
mm,
puts him down constantly because it flips the Joker Harley Quinn relationship on its head.
it does. Yes.
That automatically, that's like a tick. All right. I can excuse the musical shit because you can play it off that it's in his mind.
Hmm.
Makes sense. What I can't excuse is all the development that Arthur had from being the beaten down, broken dude to becoming the Joker
Hmm.
and becoming that character, to then have it beaten out of him systematically and grotesquely. Because I'm
Yeah.
not going to touch on that point because it doesn't deserve to be touched on because it's fucking abhorrent.
Yeah.
And that's what you do. And people are saying, "Oh, well, they didn't expressly say it." What were they saying then? Because a certain scene happens, and then the dude's crying in his jail cell, and then he's back to the beaten and broken Arthur that he was.
Yeah.
It was the people that worked on that film got pissed that the peons empathized with Arthur, and you made that film directly to shit on the people that enjoyed the first film.
It,
It's
it's
exactly what it was.
it's almost like they did it to the audience, right? They hyped up their audience, and
Yeah.
and nobody was expecting anything. Nobody asked for the movie, and it turned out to be really good, right?
Yep.
And this one was the exact opposite. The effect, right? Everybody loved the first one. Everybody was expecting a good movie. So it's the complete opposite. So that's kind of the same analogy of what happened to the audience, what happened to the people who liked the first one, right? We start
Yep.
up here and then we get beaten down, and at the end, you're like, "What the hell? What the
Yep.
hell is this?" Um,
It was a character
yeah,
assassination of the character they created in Arthur Fleck.
exactly. And
And
then,
that's not to discredit Joaquin Phoenix or Lady Gaga because their performances were outstanding. They were
cool.
both very good.
Yes, yes.
They were both awesome.
Well, what
But
they
what they were given was, it was just like, it was shit. Like,
criminal,
I
criminal.
and everybody knows why. Even movie reviewers, like professional critics, were like,
Yeah,
this film was made
to
to mock the fans of the first film.
piss everybody off. Yeah.
That is a verbatim statement from a film critic.
Hmm.
This film was made to mock the fans of the first film.
Then I think the director admitted to it too. Just
Oh, did he finally admit it?
I think he just admitted to like doing it on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
So
Good for
I
you,
mean,
man.
like,
That's why you're film bombed.
or something like along the words he didn't even want to make another one. But yeah,
You shouldn't have. To me, Joker is just a standalone film.
Yeah, yeah, it made sense to leave it alone. But
Yep.
yeah, they had to touch it again, and they wanted money. The director didn't want to make another one, but money talks apparently.
And in case anybody gets any ideas in the comments, if you've made it this far, we're not saying that Arthur's the good guy. We're saying that there's many aspects of someone from like real
Mm,
life being able to empathize with a guy that's just beaten down systematically by everything around him.
yep.
The things he did were abhorrent, and he is a psychopath, and he's a criminal. So we're not saying that, but we're saying you have to like look at all aspects of the film just to cover that base.
We're not psychos.
I might be. I don't know.
Like, it might be if you get beaten down by society. No, but I'm just kidding. Oh man. Uh well, at least we still got Twitch, right?
No,
No, we don't have Twitch. It's
no.
a ticking time bomb. I don't know what it is.
Twitch is taking a very, very long walk off a very, very short pier. It is rotting from the inside
You know what? The
in terms of a platform,
Yeah.
because when you look at analytics, and I'm not talking about who they ban, who they don't ban, who they promote, who they don't promote, the shit on the site, whatever.
Mhm.
There's terrible, shitty people, streamers, YouTubers, content creators on every single site. You can probably name a bunch off the top of your head. I'm not going to do that right now, but if you feel so, you put in the comments who you think.
Mhm.
Anyway, um, Twitch's analytics have shown that ever since Amazon bought Justin TV back in 2013, 14,
Something like that. Can't
do you
remember.
know when the purchase was? Early
No,
20
it was a long
teens.
time ago.
To cover the base, early 20 teens. They have not made money back off of that initial purchase.
Mhm.
Not only that, when you look at site traffic analytics, and someone who's way smarter than the both of us combined, who is Devin Nash, this is his profession.
Mhm.
We can put a link to his thing down below. Um, he looked at analytics month on month for the past 5 years. Twitch is hemorrhaging returning people to their site. So we're not saying bringing in new people, we're saying people that visit the site and then they never come back to the site. And the number is growing, which isn't a good thing, which means Twitch is losing lots and lots of traffic, which means it's losing lots and lots of money.
Yeah. What's crazy to me too is like, um, so everybody's saying it. If you look at Twitter, it's Twitch is looking bad. Twitch is looking bad, and
Yeah.
so my comparison to that is Mixer, because
Oh no.
Mixer wasn't looking bad. Mixer, just like some one employee said something bad, I think it was, and they were just like, "Is that why they shut it down?" I know you. I,
That dude, honestly, the Mixer thing came out of the blue, and I don't
mm-hmm.
think anybody and nobody knew about it, right?
Nope. Everybody just.
It was like the first instance of drama that was on Mixer, which
Mhm.
that we were there for 7 months.
Very minimal stuff. Some dude that could have just fired and.
Yeah, so somebody made a comment about something, and it was within like 2 days. They put out a post, they're like, we're closing Mixer." And everybody's like,
See ya.
"Okay."
Like, it's crazy
Like,
too
it
because
was just
no
out of the
warning.
blue.
All these people that made a name in Mixer had no home. That's how
Yeah.
crazy it is. It wasn't like, hey, we're closing down in 3 months or something. It's like it's crazy. It was that crazy. So now that's Mixer. Nobody knew what the hell was happening behind the scenes. Now Twitch, who's been losing money, who's been losing. I don't know if it's true though, but they said up to like 70% of their advertisers. That is crazy to me for a platform that's already losing money to lose
Wait,
their.
they have advertisers pulling out?
Yes, up to 70. They
Oh,
quote
no.
unquote. Somebody said, I forgot who it said, but they said that they lost 70% of them already. Now, if we wake up tomorrow and it's like, oh, hey, I guess what, Twitch is gone. That's just the vibes I'm getting.
This is
I don't
I
know
don't
if I
think
would be surprised.
I don't think people realize this, that, like, when the YouTube adpocalypse happened, that was bad for creators,
Mm,
but it got rectified. In terms of live streaming, this is what keeps the site going. And if it's not that individual people are losing these advertisers, the site is losing these advertisers.
yeah.
So for a place that already hasn't made money and is
Mhm.
hemorrhaging money, and now you're losing more sources of income to bring you that money, that's that's like a Titanic heading towards the iceberg scenario.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, it could be because of their I can't even say indiscriminate. It could be because of their favoritism when it comes to banning and not banning. It could be because of who they choose.
inconsistency.
Inconsistency. Thank you,
Yes.
thank you. The inconsistency at which they ban people based on opinion,
Mhm.
um, could be because of who they promote. Could be because nobody's taken the place of a lot of the old big names. I don't know. What I do know is the fact that I've seen murmurings from CEOs of other sites like Rumble and
Mhm.
Kick, because we all thought it was a joke when Kick was like, "Yeah, we'll buy Twitch within the next 3 years."
Yeah, like
I'm slowly starting to believe because okay, people wanna shit on Kick.
mhm.
There's assholes on Kick. There's assholes on Twitch, okay? Like, we can all agree on that.
Look, find me one on Kick, and I'll show you one on Twitch.
Here's my thing with Kick, at least, and don't get me wrong, I multi-stream, so don't crucify me too much here. When people from Kick act like shitheads and do stuff that's, like, illegal,
Mhm.
or they act like degenerates in public,
TwitchCon?
Kick is yeah, the people that went to TwitchCon, their accounts were banned.
Yeah.
Kick has done a good job at banning people who are just degenerate pieces of shit. Are there still degenerate pieces of shit? Yes. Yes, there is.
There's a couple
Is there
left.
still ga is there still gambling? Yes. Yes, there is.
No,
But it's
they're still gambling on Twitch.
yeah, but it's gotten better, and I would rather a site be proactive in banning pieces of shit than not. You know what I mean?
It's a
Like,
funny way to
I
put it, but yeah.
that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, it's crazy too because
Don't smoke crack, kids.
no one smokes. It's um the crazy part too is like they just keep messing up. They keep messing up. Um, I want to bring this up because I don't know if you know, but Iron Mouse, you know Kaisenat, right?
Yeah.
He had the record. Well, Iron Mouse broke his record, and she's a VTuber. And
Okay.
you would think so on TwitchCon they updated the TOS, and I didn't want to. You've seen all the hot tubs, pools, and beaches, and then they
Oh, all that
got the
stuff. Yeah.
ASMR. Yeah, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what they're saying is if you have an inflatable pool in your living room, it doesn't even have to have water. They wear bikinis, right? And they show
Yep.
cleavage and yada yada blah blah blah. All right. Well, the thing too is like the VTubers. There's some VTubers who are like obviously they want to keep their name secret, and then they have this models revealing. But nothing from what I've seen, nothing compares to what's there on either IRL the versions of the pool hot
Dude,
tubs,
some of
whatever.
those some of those IRL streams look like the intro to adult videos.
Yeah, no, they go, they got the mirror in the back. There's a couple to I think there's because I learned everything from Twitter. There was comparisons because the thing is the like I said the TOS is that it they were saying as long as you have the pool in the back, no water, you can wear bikinis, right? So VTubers started doing the same thing and but they got canceled because they were showing hips. Even though they're wearing bikinis, they were showing hips and they still got canceled. And
Not
there's
the hips.
not the hips. Yeah, so they're a lot of the VTubers they're getting mad because they're not being treated the same. They're not being treated the same, right? Over here they got and the reason I brought up the X before was because there's actually one where she was sitting on the glass chair with the camera right underneath it.
Oh god.
Yeah, so how the hell is that acceptable? And a VTuber showing the hips is not. That's the crazy part. So VTuber wearing a bikini, but she had the whole thing going. Like she had under the sea vibes, you know, because her VTuber model is a I don't want to, but it's a shark. All right, it's a shark, the old school
Oh,
one,
I know you're talking
the
about. Yeah,
megalodon
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, so she
Yeah.
got banned for showing hips, and everybody's like, "Really? You
Hips.
let this go, but you
Hips.
can't exactly hips, fake hips."
I've seen Twitch clips where I've seen full holes in the camera, and you want me to clutch my pearls at a pair of cartoon hips.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying. Nobody can understand Twitch right now. They're doing this to themselves. There's no other explanation. Like there's no consistency on anything. Their bands, their TOS. They need to make some really strong changes ASAP. And like I said, if they're not there tomorrow, I don't know if I would be surprised because I heard way more things on Twitch's current situation than Mixer. Mixer, I was not expecting anything, and Twitch is like I can see it happening. I can see it happening
Because
because of the
'cause
current.
here is the biggest thing.
Mm,
At one point, we could have all easily said that Twitch was too big to fail. They were the only dog in the market.
yeah,
That makes no sense. They were the top dog.
I just
You
realized
know
I'm
what I
like,
mean?
"What'd you say?"
I don't know.
There's a market that sells dogs. Got it. All
The
right.
cold medicine's kicking in. Sorry. Um, but now,
Mhm,
excluding YouTube, because people can stream on YouTube. More people have been streaming on YouTube. Apparently, they like it. But you have Kick,
mm,
you have Rumble. There's still people that stream on Facebook. Shockingly, you have TikTok,
mhm. Oh
and
yeah, TikTok.
there's legitimately a few other streaming sources now, apart from Twitch. A
Mm,
lot of people don't like. We have people in our Discord that don't like watching us on Twitch because of all the fucking ads.
and
They
that's
will
what's
watch us
keeping
on,
it alive.
and that's what's keeping it alive. So let that sink in for a minute. How many people do you know that want to sit there and watch 5 minutes of commercials before they can watch somebody who's not even an actual television show? You know what I mean?
True. Ah, poor Twitch.
I don't care anymore.
You don't care.
I don't care anymore.
All right. With that said, you could probably look forward to us streaming on multi-streaming on Kick. At least me. I'll make sure to set it up now. And I'm sure you can find RB on Kick, Twitch, and anything else.
I've been including TikTok.
Uh,
It's just a pain in the ass because they won't give me a stream key, so I have to use their terrible streaming software.
that's
But yeah,
yes, that's the one.
so well, until next time, I apologize about all the sniffling and the sneezing. Again, I'm sick, but we're here. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Remember, sound off in the comments, like the video, share, subscribe. If you don't like what we had to say, I don't really care. That's your opinion. You're free to have it. Uh,
We won't hate you for it.
yeah, you can have your
That's
opinion.
the beauty of it.
That's the beauty of life is you can think one thing and I can think another, and we can still just get along all dandy.
You should join our Discord so you can see what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good time. But until next time, stay safe out there. Drink your water, take your vitamins. Don't catch the flu. Crack is whack. I've been the RB3,
Wolf Cross. See you guys.
and we're out.